Well guys, I think what we're going to do first is I'm going to redo all the marker lines on the Hyperion cart, because over time of it being outside in the water and the sun and stuff has faded the lines. But I've also noticed a few other things about it. If you look at the tire, I brushed that off with my hand, but see how much more bald that tire's getting over that one? Well, if you look at the rubber has a little overhang. It's almost as if it's being pushed over this way. Now the other side doesn't have that, which means that as this tire is rolling, the concrete is slowly being slid that way. It's sliding, the tire is sliding this way on the concrete when I'm driving it on the road. The reason that's happening, it's really hard to see on camera here, but my tire is towed in a little bit more than what the other tire is. And because of that toe in, as the tire rotates on the concrete is sliding, the tire is in a constant state of slip, so it's bringing all the rubber over this way and wearing out the tread. Now the best way for me to fix that would be to unscrew this bolt and take the hem joint and screw it in maybe a half a turn inward, which will bring the tire more in line. So instead of the tire riding on the concrete at an angle like that, it's going to straighten it out a little bit. And maybe I'll have a little better luck with the tire lasting a little longer. But maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But for right now, I want to reline all of the marker lines that I put on this thing. See how faded they're getting? Now when it comes to spots like this, where the steel's bent and got all messed up from the accident that I've gotten into with it, I don't have to repaint it. I'm just going to highlight it. Now one thing about doing this that really aids in its look of being cartoony is not to be too precise. It's got to look like somebody drew it with a marker or a pen, and then everything else was just filled in. So I am not going to make it so it's really perfect. If my hand slips, so what? I leave it as is. if my hand is too shaky, so that's okay because it's got to look like somebody drew it freehand. I don't know if I can get down in there because I really don't want to take the panels off to do all this. That's how I did it in the beginning. I had all the panels off and then I did the marker. And then I put the panels on and then, did it that way. So I don't want to do that again. Because then I have to go out and buy more 9-lock nuts for this. Like 100 or whatever. I don't want to do that. Yeah, there it looks a little bit better. Stands out a lot more. Yeah, I think that's kind of a neat look to it with the black lines on it. That's really kind of cool. Like I said, it gives it the cartoony look from Borderlands 2 or in any of the Borderlands games. I was gonna do the tires, but since winter's coming on and the tires are gonna be getting wet, I think if I put marker on it now, I think I'll have to redo it again come springtime. So I think I'm just going to wait till spring. But considering that I've done this is the first time I've relined it in the past year and a half, 2 years since I built this thing. It seemed to last for a while. But now the bolts, on the other hand, what I did last time when I put this all together is I put marker over the bolts, but that didn't seem to last very long. So I'm wondering if there's marker pens out there that are oil-based instead of water-based. I'm sure they're out there. I just have to look around and see if I can find any. Looking for the paint pens, And this light that I got when that Jared showed me, still working like a champ. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so far I haven't had any big problems with this thing at all, other than the steering wearing down this tire a little bit. I haven't had any issues with the engine since I got the carburetor tightened on it. I thought by now I'd end up with a bunch of rattling, but that's not happening. I am kind of concerned about the torque converter though, because last year when I took the torque converter off, I showed you how the weights were deforming. So I think I'll get up in there and take that off and well, heck, let's do it now. Okay, I just got it off. Well, hey guys, you guys want to see something really kind of cool about this video right now? I don't know if this works on mobile, but I'm pretty sure it works on desktop. What you do is you pause the video, okay? You pause the video, and then you type in, you don't go down to the comments or nothing like that. You pause the video, and then right from your keyboard, you type in AWESOME. Awesome. You just type that word. Don't do anything. You just pause, type in awesome, and the video player down below will start blinking pretty rainbow colors. And then you can hit play, and you'll watch the rest of the video with this pretty rainbow color thing going on. Now to stop it, you can either refresh the page, you can either refresh the video, or you can pause the video again and type in awesome, and it'll turn it off. So have fun with that. Before I open it, I'll adjust the camera so you guys will be able to Look right down in it. Yee. Oh yeah. Jeez, look at all that crap falling out. Jeez, look at my hands now. Whoa. Jeez. Yeah. I better clean the heck out of that thing. Let's try to find a clean spot on this rag. See what happens after one wipe. Yeah. No good. No good. Just wipe it out. Okay. Yeah. You want to make sure that when you're cleaning your torque converters, you want this also to be clean. This is your slide. This is the thing that allows that the weights and the mechanism slides on, and if this gets all gummy, then the sliding properties don't work very well. You want to clean the outside of this and use some dry moly lube on it or whatever. And then, wow, it's real gritty. Yeah, I'll have to clean this stuff up and take this thing apart. Yeah, ickiness. Yuck. Yeah, definitely. So, well, dang, my battery light is flashing, so I don't know how long this is gonna take me, but yeah, let me get some carb cleaner and then these are the blue springs. Ooh. Now I'm going to spray inside of here, spray in these holes so this is nice and clean, this action's nice and clean. Now I'm going to use regular carb cleaner to clean all this stuff up, and then when I go to assemble it back together, I'm going to spray in some of this WD-40 dry lube in there. This is what I used on the driver of the full screen machine. I wish I had a regular toothbrush for this, but the bristles don't tend to keep very well when they have goop on them. And you want to make sure that when you clean these things out, you want to make sure you get in these little 4 little grooves here too. See, inside here is where this piece slides. You see how dirty it gets in there? And that stuff heats up and it starts to stick and grip. I'm going to take some of this dry moly lube here. I'm going to spray it on this. And then we'll let it dry. I'll dribble a little bit in here. Trying not to allow it to get on the face of this. Ah, and I already failed. Fail! And like I said, when you clean up your torque converter, most of the time this is the only piece that really needs to be cleaned. Your driven is normally doesn't need to be as cleaned as often as this thing does, just because this is all enclosed and any grit and crap that might collect on your driven is spun off. This here, on the other hand, the stuff stays inside and flies around and gets caught and all. Depending upon who you talk to, some people will tell you that if you're going to service this, then you want to service the big pulley part also. But I have never had any problems with any of with my larger pulleys with driven. I've always had trouble with these. These have always been the biggest trouble of everything that I've ever messed with. I've had these lock up on me, or getting ready to, but nothing ever bad with the driven. You know, these are just going to be just sprayed. There's not really any other way to clean these springs unless you have a dunk. You know, you can dunk them into something. But I've looked around for canisters of carb cleaner and stuff, but I haven't found anything that I've actually can use. And you want to clean these off too, because whatever powdered grit is inside these can go right back inside of the mechanism itself, the torque converter itself. Some people don't even bother cleaning off their springs. I do. You know, I mean, clean them off like what I'm doing now. Some people will just shake them. I just do this extra with the carb cleaner on it, just in case. And remember, the flat side of your weight go on the piece that the belt touches.
I can't do it.
Now this dry moly lube will evaporate, so I'm not going to run it tonight. Normally these slide all the way through, but I've come across these kind that lock up further out like that. You know, because it goes onto the machine like that. And then I've come across ones that will slide right through. So yeah. So now I'm going to let this sit. Actually, I'm going to open it up and turn it sideways so air can get through there. I'm going to let that sit overnight, and then I'll put it on tomorrow. Once you've done it enough times, you can do it really quick. Know exactly what you need to do and stuff. So now when I opened that up, the weights didn't really look any different than what they did last time I took them out. So I just have been noticing in driving it around that occasionally it'll start to lock up a little bit, but I did just clean it, so I think I've taken care of that problem. Well guys, thanks for watching. I know the video was kind of long. I just checked it out on when I'm editing it right now. But did you play around with the Pause Awesome thing? That's pretty neat. I came across that about a week ago. It's kind of a cool little toy that YouTube gave us to play around with when it comes to the videos. But anyways, I'm going to put that thing on tomorrow, and I'm going to mess around with it, play around with it. When's the last time you cleaned your torque converter? Let me know down in the comments below. See you later. Oh, and thanks for sticking around and watching the whole thing. Bye-bye.